Declan Rice, Benny, talk to me. Are you excited about? Is he the player you need? Is he the difference between second and first?
No, listen. Best of the rest, and I say that, and I get it. You spend £100 million on a player. It's about winning the league, but come on, we can't all of a sudden sign one player and be better than City, because City, in my opinion, have got the best holding midfield player in world football, in Rodri. I mean, what the season he had last year was crazy, wasn't it, when you think about it? But he is exactly what Arsenal need. He can play, obviously, the 6, he can hold, he can play the 8, where he's box-to-box midfield, and that's where I'd like to see him play. Now, I don't know what's going to happen with Thomas Partey. It looks like he's going to go.
He's off, isn't he?
I think he's going to Saudi Arabia. When you look at Partey's form at the start of last season, he was up there with one of the best in the league. He was brilliant. Then his form, he had the injuries. I think he went away internationally, came back. He wasn't the same after that, and his form kind of fell off a little bit. He even got dropped a couple of times, got moved to right back. But I think with Declan Rice, he's incredibly durable. He knows one or two of the players at the Arsenal squad. I think he's someone who's getting better as well. I think you're not buying the finished article for 100 million. That's the scary part. You're buying someone who I believe, you put him in the right team, and I think Arsenal is the right team. They're young, they're hungry, they've got a young manager, they're growing together, they're getting better and better every season. For Declan Rice to be part of that, that's why you paid 100 million. I still think 100 million is too expensive. I think for a whole...
What isn't too expensive?
I would have said 85 to 90 would have been probably about reasonable.
So 10, 15 million.
But the English tax I get, but he is someone that's going to make Arsenal better. And again, he's a player that doesn't make Arsenal's squad stronger. It makes Arsenal starting 11 stronger.
Yeah. Let me ask Dan. I see No Town Dan in the creche. I asked No Town Dan earlier on in the meeting to get me a list of spends by Mikel Arteta. I'm ready to have it now. I'm ready to have it now. Have you got it? No, one job. Yeah.
What, spends? I can get that in 5 minutes.
Mikel Arteta has spent more, I think, over the last 3 years than anyone else. You've just spent 100 million plus on Declan Rice. You've spent 65 million on Kai Havertz. I would imagine there's more still to come. Minimum expectations now for Arsenal next season. It can't be the same as this season, can it?
Well, of course it can, because no one expected Arsenal to be where they were this season, and I think next season too.
I know, but you finished second.
I get that, but
right?
all of this is the point. This is the point. A lot of people think because you spend 100 million on one player, you don't automatically finish above Manchester City. Manchester City are the best team on the planet. So even if we sign Declan Rice for 100, Kai Havertz, for me, yes, you want to finish above Manchester City, but that's not always possible. It's virtually impossible. Liverpool have been fantastic for 5 years and they've won one Premier League title. I think for Arsenal, yes, they have to try and win the league, get closer to Manchester City, but they have to be the best of the rest. They have to finish second, in my opinion. If you're spending this type of money.
What about, for example, Champions League?
Minimum quarterfinals.
So out the group and win one game.
Well, no, it's not. But minimum quarterfinals, I'd say, for Arsenal Football Club. They've been in the Champions League for years.
Okay, so let me ask you this: you finish second behind Man City.
Mm-hmm.
No, in fact, let's say you finish third. I don't think you will finish second. You finish.
Well, who's going to finish above us?
I just don't think you will.
Well, give me a team, and don't say United because you lot are.
Well, the transfer window's not closed yet. It's impossible for me to say.
Right now, Arsenal are a better team than United.
I didn't mention Man United.
No, but that's what you're going to say.
No,
I know you. Who was it then?
Liverpool.
No, you weren't. You were going to say United.
Okay, let's just say you finish second.
Yeah.
And you get to the quarterfinals of the Champions League, and you don't win an FA or League Cup. Is that success?
Still a good season. Back-to-back Champions League qualifications.
Yeah.
Back-to-back pushing Manchester City.
So you're going back to what Arsene Wenger originally said: fourth is a trophy.
Well, it's not a trophy.
Top four.
But it's difficult. If Arsenal can win a trophy, they've turned into a cup-winning team since they last won the league. They've won more FA Cups than anyone.
Yeah.
But I think for Arsenal, they've got to kind of solidify their place in the Champions League, try and push City, get closer to Manchester City, and then have a decent run in the Champions League. But just because they spend 100 million on Declan, it doesn't mean they have to win the Champions League. They have to win the league. They have to win. It doesn't work like that, unfortunately. As every team bar Manchester City are finding this problem out. Man City just won 3.
Where are you going to play Declan?
Either the holder or...
Where do you want to see him? I'd love to see him galloping forward.
I want him to be in the number 8.
Yeah, me too.
So Odegaard, him, and then... I don't know what's going to happen with Partey, but if not Partey, Jorginho.
Yeah.
That's the 3.
Yeah, it's a good 3.
I'd like Partey. If Partey
Jorginho might maybe a bit slow, but...
If Partey stayed, I'd like Partey, Declan, and Odegaard.
Partey was fantastic for 3/4 of the season, and then I know he got injured, but then just
fell off.
Yeah,
you think about him in the early part of the season.
He was brilliant.
Oh,
he's brilliant.
So Partey, Declan, Odegaard. That sounds.
Why is no one else?
Or you go Declan, Holding, Odegaard, and Kai Havertz.
I'm not a Kai Havertz fan. Why has no one else come in for Declan? I know Man City supposedly did, but why?
Out of people's price range. I'm sure Liverpool would have liked him. 100 million, too much.
But Man United, why have they not?
Because obviously he doesn't want to go to United. He wants to go to a team that's challenging.
Listen to you. Man United is a bigger draw than Arsenal.
No, it's a bigger club, and you get no argument for me. No, listen to me.
It's a bigger draw.
It's a bigger draw. Bigger draw.
Benny, I'm not having this argument.
You've got messy owners that ain't got a clue what they're doing.
They'll be gone in the next 10 years.
Okay, so why are clubs choosing Arsenal and Manchester City over
I don't think
United?
clubs are choosing Arsenal over Man United, Benny.
With Declan Rice, no?
Well, Man United didn't go in for him.
You was getting all giddy because you thought he was going to get Mason Mount and Declan.
What's happened to the Mason Mount stuff, by the way?
He didn't even want to go.
I'm gonna have well, it's not that. United won't pay an extra £4 million or something ridiculous.
No.
Let me write that down. I'm going to big old rant about Man United in a minute.
Why? No, but you're an attractive draw, no? Glazers and all that. Putting their hands in their pockets.
Yeah, honestly. A quick word about West Ham. By the way, England are 1-0 up against Germany. The under-21s, 12 minutes on the clock. Quick word about West Ham. When they get this £100-odd million, is it going to be reinvested?
I'd like to think so. Because they're in the Europa League now next season. I know it's going to be hard without Declan, but I've heard a few people talking about maybe someone like Calvin Phillips. I would think that'd be a perfect replacement. But
yeah, so do I.
If I'm Calvin Phillips, I'm not leaving Manchester City this summer. No. Absolutely.
Would you rather be a bit part player for City than a full-time player for West Ham?
No, I'd give it one more year. If he goes and wins again another league, an FA Cup, that's 5 trophies in 2 years for him. Yeah. I would go, no, do you know what? Enough's enough. I need to go and play more football. But there are some good players out there that West Ham could. Wilfred Ndidi, Leicester. I know he's had a bit of a tough time. He's a good player. So there are players out there that West Ham can attract. But the only problem we've got now, everyone in the world knows you've got 100 million.
That's right.
Everybody knows you've got 100
everything's
million.
Gone up 10%.
Yeah.
Lots of sport happening at the moment. England under-21s are playing Germany in the European Championships. 14 minutes on the clock. We are 1-0 up. England, of course, in action against Australia in the Ashes. We are, massively behind at the moment. They are 230 for 3. 230 for 3. We need a couple of wickets to fall in the next hour.
Yeah, spent a lot of dough.
Who are Arteta? Have you got it there?
We've got people like Gabriel Jesus was 52 million euros.
Don't forget Pepe. Who bought Pepe?
That was before.
Was it?
You've got Fabio Vieira 35, Zinchenko 35, Ben White was 58, Odegaard was 35, Ramsdale was 28, White? 58 million euro. No, only working euros.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Ramsdale was 28.
He spent. You need trophies. Second place ain't good enough. 03717223344. We're talking Declan Rice. We're talking Arsenal. I'd love to hear from West Ham as well about who you want to see coming in with that money. It needs to be reinvested, right? Needs to be.
Someone's put here, Declan Rice, I'd say, biggest transfer in the club's history.
In whose club?
Arsenal.
Yeah, of course it is.
No, it's not.
No, financially it is.
Yeah, but it's not the biggest.
I don't...
Like, as in, like, the most important, like, the one that really...
Oh, okay. Who is?
I mean, Wenger coming to the club is massive, but if you talk about player, I'd probably say that Anelka, selling Anelka.
Well, you bought him for next to nothing.
Sold him for 25, bought the training ground, Antieri.
Yeah.
talkSPORT Drive with Andy Goldstein. Monday to Friday afternoon from 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.